I'm back. We're going to talk about life insurance again. The two topics that I want to talk about are exclusions. So these are things your policy would not pay out on. And then riders, which are additions that you can add on to your policy to better suit what you need. Again, I want to say this is general information. This isn't every insurance company. That's why it's important to research. Find the best policy for you. Okay, first we're going to go to exclusions. And these are just a couple. There are a lot of exclusions that can happen. I am just naming the top two that I personally think are important to know. Whether you are in the military or you have kids, I think they're important to know. Okay, so the first one that I wrote in my notes, because I can't remember everything. Notes are important. Status clause. Okay, this one excludes all cause of death while the insured is on active duty in the military. Okay, for somebody who has family members in the military, this kind of irritates me that they would put it in there. Like, I understand, but it irritates me. Our military people do enough for our country. I think we should be paying out no matter what. Personal opinion. Second, the second clause that I wrote in here is results clause. Okay, so this one excludes the death benefit if the insured is killed as a result of an active war, declared or undeclared. So this would be things like school pew-pews, 9/11, pretty much active terrorisms. I don't know if I can use that word on here. We'll find out. Anyways, those I think you should be aware of. Now on to the riders. These are things you can add that could help make your policy better suited for you. Again, these are not all the riders. These are just the top ones I wanted to list today. So, number one, payer benefit. This is a rider found in juvenile policies which waives premium if person paying, usually the parent, is disabled or dies while the child is a minor. For me, I'm a mom. I want to make sure that my kids are still covered in something tragic. So if I were disabled in a car accident or I passed away, I have this on my policy to make sure my kids would still be covered even if I couldn't pay. The other one is the waiver of premium. So this pretty much allows us, the insurance company, the people helping you with your policy, to continue your life insurance policy even if insured becomes totally disabled and is unable to pay. So unlike the payer benefit, which is for juveniles, the waiver of premium is for like the adults. So I have my own policy. Essentially, I put this on my policy so that if something were to happen to me and I was disabled and I couldn't pay on it, I would still have my policy and it wouldn't lapse. The other one that I want to mention is called the Accelerated Living Benefits and Long-Term Care Riders. Okay, so this one I think is so important because it has multiple helpful things in here that I think can help people. Let's go into it. This rider allows early payment of a portion of the death benefit if the insured has a terminal illness. So let's say you have cancer, you don't have, you have a year to live. We can pay early on that, one, to help with medical costs, two, to help make sure that that last year is how you want to spend it with your family. You don't have to work. You can essentially spend that time making those memories with family. This rider also helps, let's say, if you have a medical condition that requires an extraordinary medical intervention, such as a organ transplant. So this one, ultimately, we want you to live. So this helps us give you that money early to pay medical costs to get you that transplant. If you need chemotherapy, those medical things that maybe your insurance doesn't cover completely, your policy would then be able to cover. Another one that this rider would cover is the inability to perform activities of daily living, so your ADLs. It also, let's say your grandparents have a policy, okay, but they now have to go to long-term care. We would also be able to pay out early on that. You would just have to provide proof that they are going into a long-term care facility, and we would give you that money so that you could pay for their care. There are a lot more that are kind of in this rider itself, but those were the top ones that I've seen help people out. So I think you should be aware of that. So if you want to add that rider, you have that information, you have that knowledge. Again, these are just a few of many different riders and exclusions. Research, ask questions. Again, I'm happy to go over your policy. I don't charge for that. I think it's just education. you need to be educated. I love to educate people, and I also love to get asked questions that maybe I need to research so that I'm also more educated. So again, just a few of those thought you would want to know. Have a good day.